As love grows, beauty grows too. As love is the beauty of the soul. Good morning, everyone. Today is the feast of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, the patron of the school, role model for the youngsters, and the patron of the youth. He is social apostolate and the victims of AIDS. He has showed us on how to love God and how to serve His people. Once, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga said, "It's better to be the child of God than the king of the whole world." So as we celebrate the feast, let us begin by invoking God's blessings. Here is our choir group to lead us in prayer.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out a praise. We pour out a praise. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out a praise to you only. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out a praise. We pour out a praise. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out a praise to you only.
Great principal is the one who instills learning, builds confidence, and encourages creativity. Such is our dear Reverend Father Melvin Anil Lobu SJ, and now may I request him to enlighten us with his message.
Dear staff, parents, and my dear students, wish you all a very happy feast of St. Aloysius Gonzaga. St. Aloysius Gonzaga is the patron saint of our school and the institution, a saint loved by all Aloysians. St. Aloysius' life is a life of heroism without any theatrics. From the very young age itself, he was on his way to heroic deeds. First of all, his heroism in loving God. His love for God was extraordinary. His own words reveal to us as much about this. He says, "It is better to be a child of God than king of the whole world." Being born in a royal family and yet recognizing God's power in his life was extraordinary. He gave great importance to prayer and other spiritual acts. Secondly, his heroism in renouncing the worldly life. At the age of 17 itself, he renounced his share of inheritance to his brother as well as the luxurious life of the court. He embraced religious life to be a Jesuit priest. Entering the religious life was just going against the values of the world, and that is what St. Aloysius desired most in his life. He said, "I am a piece of twisted iron that needed to be straightened out," by joining religious life. Thirdly, his heroism in service. St. Aloysius shines brightly in his service. He was fully active in serving the plague-stricken people in Rome. One day, he even dared to lift the plague-stricken man from the street and put him in the hospital. Of course, that act cost his life, and yet St. Aloysius was daring in his service without counting the cost. St. Aloysius truly shines in his heroism. His love for God, renunciation of the worldly life, and courageous service are outstanding. These qualities are truly relevant today. May we imbibe these noble qualities in our life and be truly shining examples of our time. I congratulate all of you, dear students, for participating actively in various activities conducted on the occasion of the feast of St. Aloysius Gonzaga. Congratulations also to the coordinators of the feast, Ms. Laurel D'Souza and Ms. Sushruta MP. Thanks to all the teachers who assisted in executing the feast day activities. Wish you once again a very happy feast of St. Aloysius Gonzaga.
Thank you, Father. I am a piece of iron and I entered religious life to be twisted straight, quoted Saint Aloysius. So now let us watch a short video on a patron saint's life.
21st June, Feast of St. Aloysius Gonzaga. Aloysius Gonzaga was the firstborn in a powerful Italian noble family, one that was deeply involved in the ongoing business of dealing and double-dealing, treachery and betrayal that marked the political life of the time. Aloysius was thrust into adult responsibilities at the age of 4 when he began his training as a soldier and courtier. At the age of 8, he served in the country of Grand Duke Francisco. Aloysius Gonzaga began to suffer from kidney disease and in the process of recovery spent time in spiritual reading and prayer. At the age of 9, Gonzaga made a private vow of chastity. The political intrigue and corruption surrounding Aloysius would take the lives of 2 of his brothers, but he had strong spiritual allies. Aloysius Gonzaga received his first Holy Communion from St. Charles Borromeo. Aloysius also began to teach catechism to young boys. Much to the displeasure and anger of his father, Aloysius announced his intention to become a Jesuit. His family tried to convince him to be a secular priest so that they could buy him a bishopric. Aloysius was adamant, and at the age of 18, he signed away his legal claim to his family lands and title. In 1585, Aloysius was accepted as a Jesuit novice. In Rome, his spiritual director was Saint Robert Bellarmine, who counseled Gonzaga to spend less time in private devotions and more time befriending and counseling his companions. Never in good health, Aloysius successfully continued his studies. When the plague hit Rome in 1591, he actively cared for the sick. Aloysius developed the symptoms of the plague and died soon after on June 21st, 1591. Aloysius Gonzaga was canonized in 1726 and named Patron of Youth.
Hope this has inspired us all. Creativity is like intelligence having fun, created with our heart and built with our mind. So here are various activities done by the students of our school as a part of preparation for the feast. Let us have a look at them.
Hi everyone, I am Charishma Payola Castellino from KG2. I love the patter of the raindrops. I like the rolling of the sea. My name is Peter sing a small prayer. God's love, it's so wonderful. God's love, it's so wonderful. God's love, it's so wonderful. Oh, wonderful love. तू ही भरोसा, एक तू ही सहारा, इस तेरे जहां में नहीं कोई हमारा. ईश्वरियाला ये पुकार सुन ले, ईश्वरियाला हे दाता. Light a candle for peace, light a candle for love, light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me, light a candle for you, that I wish for world peace will one day come true. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, I worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. You are my refuge, You are my fortress, You are my friend in need, You are my Lord. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, I worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship His holy name. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me. Everything I am, everything I am, everything I'll do, everything I'll do. I give it to You, Lord. I give it to You, Lord, and do it thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I do is a gift to You. Lord, You accounted for the wrongs of my soul. Worship Thee. You alone are my heart, God, and I love to worship Thee. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I'll worship Your holy name. Good evening, everyone. I'm Avni Longol from 2nd A. Today I'm going to speak about Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga is the patron saint of young students. He taught the youth to believe in themselves and to lead a life filled with virtue, righteousness, service to humanity, and faith in God. From his life, we can learn to be courageous and to develop a compassionate heart. Thank you. Good day, teachers. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga was born on March 9, 1568. He was firstborn son of the family. He left his powerful family to become Jesuit priest. He cared for plague victims in Rome. He also contracted the fever by carrying sick people on his back. He died of plague on June 21, 1591. This day we celebrate Saint Aloysius Gonzaga feast. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga taught us it is better to be child of a god than king of whole world. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. I, Samatim Salian,
would like to speak about our patron, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. He was born on 9th March 1568 to a wealthy Italian family where he was expected to join the military. However, Aloysius disliked violence and decided to become a member of the Society of Jesus. When the plague broke out in Rome, Aloysius lost his life while nursing the sick. Every year, on the 21st of June, we honor our patron for the goodness he taught. I conclude by spreading his message: it is better to be a child of God than king of the whole world.
Hello everyone. I wish you all a happy feast day of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, born on 9th March 1568 in Italy. Shortly before his ordination, he contracted the disease himself and died at age 23 on 21st June 1591. Owing to the manner of his death, he has been considered a patron saint of plague victims. In 1926, he was named patron of Christian youth. June 21st, we celebrate the feast day of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, patron saint of Catholic youth, charity workers, and AIDS caregivers and victims. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Dishona Maria D'Souza from class 2C. I would like to say a few words about our patron, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, known as the patron of youth. He was born on 9th of March 1568 in a royal family. At the age of 18, he joined the Society of Jesus, also known as Jesuits. During the plague pandemic in Rome, he served the sick, which tended him to be a victim and lose his life at the young age of 23. He is a role model for youth and children. We remember this great soul and also celebrate his feast on 21st of June every year. I pray to Saint Aloysius Gonzaga to help us overcome this COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Artik. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, he was an Italian Jesus saint. He was born on 9th March 1568 in Italy. He was a member of the Society of Jesus. The feast of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga was celebrated on 21st June. He died at the age of 23 on 21st June in 1591 in Italy. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashali Vandrade. I wish all of you a happy feast of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. I am going to talk about Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga is the patron of our school. He was born on 9th March 1568 in Italy. He had a great passion in serving the poor and sick. He helped the poor in his entire life. He died on 21st June 1591 by plague in Rome, Italy. Thank you.
Saint Aloysius Gonzaga was born on 9th March 1568. He was an Italian Jesuit and patron saint of Roman Catholic youth. While still a student at the Roman college, he died as a young man caring for plague victims. His feast day is celebrated on June 21st. Saint Aloysius believed, "I am a piece of twisted iron. I entered the religious life to get twisted straight." The youthful saint reminds us that it is the work of Christ to make us straight. No matter our past, no sin is bigger than God's love. Thank you.
My name is Avanish Patil. I am studying in grade 3A. Today I will speak about our patron Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. It is better to be a child of God than king of the whole world, said by our saint. He was born on March 9, 1568. In 1926, he was named patron of all Christian youth by Pope Pius. He is considered a patron saint of plague victims and AIDS sufferers. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm going to talk about Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga grew up in a very wealthy family. His father wanted him to be a soldier. In fact, he started training as a soldier at the age of 4. Around 8 years, Aloysius had some kidney problems. While resting, he read about lives of saints and prayed. During his free time, he taught catechism to children. At 17 years, Aloysius joined the Jesuits. After a few years, plague hit his place. Many people died. Aloysius took care of those people, so he fell sick soon and died at the age of 23. I'm proud to be a Gonzaga. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today I am going to speak a few words about my favorite saint, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga was born in 1568 in Italy to a very rich family. Saint Aloysius developed love toward Jesus and Mary. I found a true model for the young in Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. The qualities I liked in you were: you cared not me for name or fame. You clothed and fed the victims. You opened your eyes to grief. You were known for purity and charity. You died while caring for those suffering. Today you live in the hearts of many. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, pray for us. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to talk about our patron saint, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Aloysius di Gonzaga was born in a wealthy and powerful Italian family. His parents wanted him to become a soldier. He suffered from a kidney disease at a young age. During this time, he read books about the life of saints and missionaries in India. So he wanted to become a missionary. Aloysius believed it's better to be a child of God than the king of the world. At the age of 17, Aloysius gave up all his wealth and joined the Jesuits. In 1591, hundreds of people died because of plague in Italy. Aloysius took care of those that were sick with plague. While doing so, he also got the disease. On June 21st, 1591, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga died. Later, he was declared as the patron saint of young students. His death anniversary is celebrated as his feast even today in remembrance of his sacrifice, his services to humanity, and it's a great example to all of us. Thank you.
Good morning, my dear teachers and friends. I am Samrita from class 3C. Saint Aloysius was born in Castiglione, Italy. The first word Saint Aloysius spoke were the holy name of Jesus and Mary. He was destined for the military by his father, who was in service to Philip II. But by the age of 9, Aloysius had decided on a religious life. Saint Charles Borromeo gave him his first Holy Communion. A kidney disease prevented Saint Aloysius from a full social life for a while. So, he spent his time in prayer and reading the lives of saints. Although he was appointed a page in Spain, Saint Aloysius kept up his many devotions and austerities and was quite resolved to become a Jesuit. When he was 18, he joined Jesuits after finally breaking down his father, who had refused his entrance into the order. He was served in a hospital during the plague of 1587 in Milan and died from it at the age of 23. After receiving the last rite from Saint Robert Bellarmina, the last word he spoke was the holy name of Jesus. Thank you.
I call Saint Aloysius Gonzaga as a man of choices, and I admire him for the very reason. What do you expect the son of a king to become? Surely a king himself. But here we have Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, who made a choice. Aloysius' dad was a small king of a state of the mighty Spanish Empire in the 16th century. Being the eldest, if Aloysius wanted to, he would have been a king of his dad's tenure. But he made the choice against his dad's wish and desire of serving heavenly king and not the temporal. He made a choice again of joining the Jesuits. His dad's opposition, anger, threats of flogging and disownment did not convince him to do the otherwise or join other religious orders. The third choice was the toughest of all, which cost him his life. He chose to serve the plague-stricken people of Rome rather than spending his time studying and acquiring knowledge. Dear friends, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, our patron, is an inspiration to all of us to make right choices for the greater good of God and humanity. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Ashmit AJ, class 3D. I am going to speak a few words about Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga was born on 9th March 1568 at Castiglione del Stivere, Italy. His full name is Aloysius de Gonzaga. He was an Italian aristocrat who became a member of the Society of Jesus. Aloysius Gonzaga was thrust into adult responsibilities at the age of 4 when he began his training as a soldier. At the age of 9, Gonzaga made private vow of chastity. In 1585, Aloysius Gonzaga was accepted as a Jesuit novice. When the plague hit Rome in 1591, Aloysius Gonzaga actively cared for the sick. Aloysius Gonzaga was developed the symptoms of the plague and died soon after on June 21st, 1591. Aloysius Gonzaga was canonized in 1726 and named patron of all students in 1729. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Vivela Danet Seravo. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga was born on March 9, 1568 in Italy. He was the eldest of 7 children and he grew up in a wealthy family. His father wanted him to be a soldier, but Aloysius convinced his father. When he was 17 years old, he joined the Jesuits. When it was plague in Italy, many people were suffering and dying. So Aloysius took care of them. He too got disease too. And on June 21, 1591, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga died. Therefore, every year we celebrate feast day of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga on June 21. Thank you.
Good day everyone. I am Chelsea Castellino from grade 4A. On the occasion of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga feast, here I am going to speak about our patron saint. June 21st is the feast day of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, an Italian Jesuit saint of 16th century. His father wanted him to be a military hero, but he joined the Jesuits and started serving the poor and the sick. Though he lived a short life of 23 years, he has left behind a legacy of love and service. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga is also the patron saint of the youth and is a royal model for all the young Gonzagaites. Thank you and wish you all a very happy feast of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga.
Good morning everyone. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga was born in Italy. His military training started at the age of 5. He grew up amidst violence and brutality. When he was 8, he fell ill. While he was ill, he started reading about saints and spent much time in prayer. He started teaching catechism to the young boys. He took 3 vows: chastity, poverty and obedience.
In 1591, a plague broke out in Rome. Aloysius begged money for the plague victims. He carried the dying from the streets to the hospital. Soon, Aloysius was also infected with the plague and died in 1591 at the age of 23. Purity was his virtue, so let us try to be pure and holy, like our patron, Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Thank you. Ellen Fernandez, Class 4.
Aloysius Gonzaga was an Italian aristocrat who became a member of Society of Jesus. He was born in 1568 as the eldest among 7 siblings, though his father assumed that he'd traditionally become a soldier. Young Aloysius Gonzaga was strongly influenced by the Jesuit missionaries of India and adopted an ascetic lifestyle and became a missionary. He had health conditions from a young age, and when the plague broke out in Rome in 1591, he selflessly volunteered in taking care for the sick and contracted the disease himself and succumbed to it at the age of 23. Pope Benedict VII declared Aloysius Gonzaga as the patron saint of young students for his courage and compassion. 21st June is celebrated as Saint Aloysius Gonzaga Feast Day, which marks his death and anniversary. The life and work of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga serves as an inspiration for several generations for young students like me. Thank you.
My name is Rimon. I am studying in class 4B. I like to say a few words. Aloysius Gonzaga. Aloysius Gonzaga was born in 9 March 1568. He was a nobleman who became member of Society of Jesus. He grew up in royal court. His father, Aloysius, wants to be a military hero, but he became a praying in loving God. At the age of 11, he started to teach poor children. Fasting 3 days in a week, he became more prayerful and loving God. He suffered in kidney disease, and his lifetime became in praying God. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Anisha. I'm going to talk about Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. In 1926, he was named the patron of all Christian youth by Pope Pius XI. Owing to the matter of his death, he has been considered as a patron saint of plague victims. For his compassion and courage in the face of an incurable disease, Aloysius Gonzaga has become the patron of both AIDS sufferers and their caregivers. His father wanted Aloysius to become a military hero. Thank you.
Good day to you all. Today I would like to talk about Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Who was this young man? He was a young Italian aristocrat whose parents wanted him to be a soldier, but God had different plans for him. He was devoted to helping the poor and was always praying in front of the crucifix. Even when people laughed at him, he became a Jesuit and died on the Octave of Corpus Christi in June 21st, 1592. He was canonized in 1726 and in 1729 was named patron of all students. Young Saint Aloysius showed that young people are not too young to be a saint. Doing what God wanted by serving others, may we all aspire to be like Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, whom I am honored to call my patron saint. Thank you and have a blessed day.
holiness and his solidarity with the suffering. He is the countercultural in reminding me of my calling and to be a faithful witness of my faith and to be dedicated servant of the poor and marginalized in a culture of indifference.
Hello everyone, I'm Sherwin Fernandez. I'm going to speak about our patron Aloysius D. Gonzaga. Aloysius was born the eldest of 7 children at his family castle in Castiglione delle Stiviere. Aloysius was the son of Ferrante de Gonzaga and Marta Tana di Centena.
Saint Aloysius Gonzaga was an Italian Jesuit and the patron saint for the Roman Catholic youth. He was born on March 9, 1568 in Venice, Italy.
He joined the military career as a nobleman at the age of 4. Then he resigned from the military and entered the Society of Jesus at the age of 17 in Rome.
At the age of 7, Aloysius experienced profound spiritual quickening. He had fallen ill with the disease of the kidneys. He took this opportunity to rest and spend his time reading about saints and praying.
He received his first communion on 22nd July 1580. In 1582, he started thinking in earnest about joining a religious order, but his father refused. In 1585, 25th November, he finally gave up all his rights of inheritance and was accepted by the Society of Jesus after he took the 3 religious vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience.
And after reading a book of Jesuit missionaries in India, he also wanted to become a missionary. And so he shared his desire with his mother, who agreed to his desire, while his father was furious and prevented him from becoming a Jesuit missionary.
It wasn't sticks or stones that broke neither his spirit nor his soul. It was a soul that needed a healing touch, a prince whose heart was made of gold.
Warm greetings to you all. Many saints influence our lives. One such saint who has been my role model and inspiration is none other than Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, the patron of my school and the youth. He is known for his selfless service and strong faith over God.
He was devoted to help the poor and was always praying in front of the crucifix, even when people laughed at him. While still a student at the Roman college, he died as a result of contracting the disease because of caring for the victims of the serious epidemic. He was beatified in 1605 and canonized in 1726.
At the age of 8, he was sent to Florence along with his younger brother Rodolfo to serve at the court of Grand Duke and to receive further education. While there, he fell ill with the disease of the kidneys, which troubled him throughout his life. While he was ill, he took the opportunity to read about the saints and spend much of his time in prayer. Aloysius was shocked by the violent and frivolous lifestyle he encountered there. Aloysius was noted for his simplicity and quickly volunteered to care for the sick and the dying.
In the year 1584, in the month of July, Aloysius still wanted to become a saint, and he was not at all interested in higher office. His family made him try to stop him, but he still wanted to join the missionary. In November 1585, he gave up all his inheritance and joined the missionary.
He was known for his self-discipline and volunteered to take care of the sick and the dying in the Jesuit hospital when plague broke out in Rome. He contracted the disease himself and died at a very young age of 23, just before his ordination. He was canonized in 1726.
Later, a plague broke out in Rome, and Aloysius volunteered to save the poor and the dying in the hospital. Shortly before his ordination, he contracted the disease and breathed his last on 21st June 1591.
Aloysius soon caught the disease of plague and died on 21st June 1591 in Rome, Italy. On 31st December 1726, Aloysius was canonized by Pope Benedict XIII, who declared him to be the patron saint of young students. I hope that the life of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga touches each Gonzagite.
Aloysius Gonzaga is the patron saint of the youth. We the youth need to look up to him and try to inculcate his values of selfless service and dedication towards the caring of other humans. We need to remember, it is better to be the child of God than the king of the whole world.
Shortly before his ordination, he contracted the disease and died at the age of 23. He died on June 21st, 1591. He was named Patron of Youth by Pope Benedict XIII in 1729. Happy feast to all of you.
In 1726, they canonized him or declared him a saint. We can all learn from St. Aloysius Gonzaga's story on how to be selfless and help others in time of need. Let us always look up to our patron saint and follow him, and never lose trust in God no matter what happens. Thank you.
The activities were really enriching and mind-blowing. So as we end this program, I, Repan Ignacio D'Souza of Class 10B, would like to thank our Principal Father Melvin Anilobo SJ for his message. A big thanks to all the faculty members and the students who actively participated in all the various activities that was held during this month related to the feast of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. In the end, it doesn't matter what you have, it matters what you have left behind. Dream without fear, live without limits. I wish you all a very happy feast of Saint Aloysius Gonzaga.